Welcome all to Let's Get It, where we attack today's local and national hottest sports topics. I'm your host, Randy Dutkin, and let's get after it. Good morning, Let's Get It, fans. How we doing on a beautiful Sunday morning? Little cool weather, something that we all needed a little bit. I'm your host, Randy Dutkin, along with Marcus Bullock and Jason Bryce, coming to you to discuss some today's local topics, national topics. Got some football talk, got some baseball talk on board. Want to get into some thoughts on the Olympics, but as usual, before we get into everything, I'm going to check in and see how everyone is doing. Coach, how are you this morning?
I'm doing well, man. All is good. Want to give a happy birthday shout out to my mom. We won't say how old she is, but she's
happy birthday, Mom.
Yes.
Hey, Mama. Okay. Yeah. Can we give her a clap?
Absolutely.
Happy birthday, Mama.
Absolutely.
What's up?
Jay, how you doing?
Yo, I'm good, man. You know, I had like a little sinus thing or whatever. But I'm better. I'm getting better. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm good. Other than that, it's been I can't say it's been like a crazy week because I've been shut down, man. You know what I'm saying? But I have been Netflixing, as I was telling you guys before the show.
I like the new verb.
Oh, Netflix.
Created that. Netflix.
Yo, listen, this show manifests, man. Yo, listen. Oh, man. Crazy show. You know what I'm saying? So, like I was telling y'all, Ozark is next. And then, other than that, everything's been good, man.
No, Manifest is good. Like I said, I got into that a little bit. Now, if you never watched Ozark, if you thought Manifest was good, Ozark is.
That's what somebody else was saying.
Better.
That's what somebody else was saying.
So I might not watch. If Ozark's 10 times better,
but
I might not.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But it's good though. I mean, you're gonna enjoy Manifest. Okay. But if you enjoyed Manifest, it's like you're gonna. Like you said,
Ozark's legit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Like Ozark might be a top 10 Netflix show they've ever put out.
Well, no, what was Ozark ever on TV or no? That's original.
Strictly Netflix.
That's strictly Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Because I think Office is probably like the best show they've ever redistributed. It has to be because that's why they moved it to Peacock. I think NBC was like, "Yo, listen, you know what? Why we got everybody on Netflix and they can watch all the series, so now put them on Peacock, let them pay, and we just give you a little bit here and there."
Well, if you still stream or Saturday mornings, Comedy Central will do like their Office binge Saturday morning.
Still. You remember at one point you could watch from season 1 to the end.
Yeah.
You can't do that no more.
And I got messed up in that because it went off like January 1st.
Right.
And I didn't start watching it till like the middle of December.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, that whole Christmas break, I was sitting there like, leave me alone. I was just focused.
It's so funny, man. And the characters,
it's a great show, man.
The characters in The Office are like, because everybody has one of those characters at their job.
Right.
So you can relate to it.
The funny thing is, like, you know what? And this is a shout out to everybody out there that, sometimes, people try to put you on to things and you be like, nah.
That's how it was.
Nah. So somebody have been, and shout out to them, they've been trying to put me on to that for years. Right. And I'm like, no, I'm not watching that show. Like, it's corny. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't talking about this is corny. I'm not doing it. But when I finally sat down and watched it, I was like, yo, this shit is crazy. And it's dry humor. Like, you got to catch off the cuff. You got to catch it. And you be like, yo, it's crazy. You know what I mean? So great show. And shout out to them, too, by the way.
Yeah. The Manifest is good. But things are good otherwise. Like I say, just the biggest thing that, we got.
We never asked you how the hell you doing?
Oh,
how the hell are you doing?
I'm doing okay. Doing okay.
Doing good?
Yeah, doing good. Doing good. I went a good meal last night. Met some friends up in the New Brunswick area.
Oh, okay.
So
what'd you have?
It was called Black Linguine.
Okay.
And it was with soprasat and the spicy shrimp.
Yeah, so see, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, I don't know. What the hell is soprasat?
It's like an Italian meat. It's really good. It's like a really good Italian meat.
Okay, so is it beef, pork, or chicken?
No. It's
I don't know any other meats besides beef, pork, or chicken.
Well, that's just the name. It's a beef, though.
Oh, it's a beef.
But like I said, it's like the way that because they blend it in spices and stuff and let it sit. It's pretty good. But I didn't know what like the black spaghetti was. Uh-huh. I was like, oh, we'll try it. So I'm reading about it, and they use squid ink to make it black.
Oh, really?
And I was like, oh, I don't know if I would have ordered it.
Squid ink?
Squid ink. Yeah, you know how like squid will have that ink that they spray? Oh. And I was like, can that be, how healthy that can be for me to be ingesting? But either way, it was a good meal. It was good to.
So it was actually black?
Yeah, the spaghetti was black.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And just had steak mixed up in it?
Like, yeah, it had the soprasat, the shrimp. It was good.
Oh, okay. So it's like a lo mein. I'm just trying to like visualize it to my little. I'm sorry, I'm a little ghetto. I'm trying to bring it to my little ghetto ass.
I mean, it was. Listen, you know me. It was no Dollar Tree meal. It was a nice meal.
It don't have a name. So precise. Like with that. No. Yeah. Please.
I mean, it was good though.
It was
Yeah, we had a good time. Good seeing friends.
That's
You
good.
know.
Now,
So-
of course, you had a glass of wine, vintage.
No, I didn't have the wine. I just had a couple Heinekens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
I know you're supposed to do the wine.
I was gonna say I don't think Heineken goes with so
go
precise.
No, I know you're not. But you know, it wasn't like
That's not what it says on the menu.
no. You're supposed to have like a nice glass of wine with that meal.
Sure.
But you know, I'm not like I do enjoy wine sometimes, but a
Wine's
couple
good. It
Heinekens.
takes you up real high though. That's the
Yeah,
only
but
thing.
you know what? It's different because wine. Every liquor is different. Like if I have wine, sometimes you feel a little like ooh, and I had to drive back home.
Yeah, I got you.
So I said, let me just have what I know I'm
I got you.
comfortable with.
Right.
So good
That's
time.
good stuff, man. It's good.
You know? Yeah.
Good stuff.
It was good. It was good. You know, got to see old friends, got to be the friend's new girlfriend. So it was interesting. It was interesting.
You'll
So
always remember that dinner because that was your first time having sober shot.
no. I've had sober sod many times.
Oh,
First time having squid ink.
Squid ink, yeah.
Squid ink, okay.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, first time having black spaghetti, but the sober sod.
Oh, you had that before?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah. I'm a big fan.
Oh, I thought so. Wow. So they make soap side with all kind of other stuff.
Oh yeah. You
Oh, you can-
usually it goes on the sandwich. Like if you go to the deli, you'll see like soper sod and capicola, and like if you get like a good Italian hoagie,
Okay.
like the Italian meats, it'll be soper sod, capicola, usually some kind of cheese.
Oh, I have to start frequenting the places you go because I don't know.
I've never seen
Oh
The-
man.
the Italians I get just got some damn Genoa salami and capicola. And
No, if you ask them for like the
provolone.
Italian meats like sandwich, it'll be that. It'll be like I said, it'll
Soper
be this.
sod.
Oh yeah, it's really
Okay.
good. Yeah.
All right.
And it's like a little spicy too. Like
Is
it's it's got a good spice to it. So,
All right, that's what's
but I like it better when you get it because they'll make it where you can get it like in a chunk form,
Mhm.
like in almost like salami comes in like the
Right, and you cut it
and
off.
you can cut it off.
Oh, okay.
So, you make a little like cheese and meat tray or
Cheese and
something.
meats. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now,
So-
do you couple that with wine, or you still drink?
Yeah, no, I usually couple that with a little.
Natty Ice.
Natty
Nah.
Ice. Oh, man.
I don't couple anything with the Natty Ice. Usually, I usually do that with a little whiskey. I like that.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right. Okay.
But it's usually sipping on something. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to.
So,
Mhm.
Bud Light's being thrown back with the fanciness. So, but no, we enjoyed it.
Absolutely. That's good stuff.
You know, so I don't know. So, we were just out on a couple of days ago. A couple of big things have taken place. I want to get into the Olympics because I want your thoughts on the Olympics and
Who's watching it?
that's my biggest thing. Like, I don't know what it is. What do you think is the reason? Because I don't. Here, it's either you love the Olympics or you don't care at all. That whenever I ask people, like that's usually there's no in between. Maybe they'll be like, oh, I'm going to watch the basketball or I'm going to watch this. But overall, I've heard people say not at all or they love it. And I don't know what are your thoughts?
You go, coach.
So here, let me preface this with this. I don't have cable at my house. Like we cut off cable. So we use all the streaming things and things like that. So I don't see any commercials.
Okay.
Okay. Are the Olympics on NBC or any of that? Like,
So they're on something. I don't know. I just flicked through it yesterday, and I saw it said Tokyo Olympics. It might have said NBC or something. I don't know.
okay. So here's what I think. So I used to be like into it, like
Okay.
into swimming, gymnastics, obviously
Oh, wow.
basketball. I used to get into all that stuff. And now it's like on my Hulu thing, it says, oh, here's what's going on. Would you like us to remind you when these things come on? So I click the ones I'd want to watch, whatever. But like, for example, the basketball team's playing right now.
Is it playing now?
They're playing right this second.
Oh,
But you have to pay to watch it.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. See,
So if you have, I think it's on CBS actually,
okay,
but you can't turn on CBS right now and watch it.
you can.
No, you have to pay extra for something else.
Oh, then
You're
I'm
right. U.S. is up 3 points over France right now.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
like,
that's it.
I think that's part of the problem. It's not as accessible or as, as televised, I guess maybe is a
Okay.
word for it,
Mhm.
where you can just turn it on and be like, oh,
You used to be able to just turn it on. It used to be on all the stations.
everything.
Yeah, right. It used to be
It
consumed.
was like almost like the NCAA tournament where there were
Right.
8 channels
Yeah, right,
with
exactly.
8 different events.
Exactly.
So I think that's part of the problem right now. because I think the athletes themselves are pretty well known. I think with everybody being so branded now,
Sure.
Simone Biles, like people, like they're branding themselves to make you want to watch, but I don't think it's accessible enough.
No, I agree with that. And I mean, I guess too with the time difference, there's so many times where the things are on at wild times, like the women's softball was on the other day at like 2 a.m.
Right.
And
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So yeah.
It's like, okay. I mean, I know people that were diehard softball fans were like, yeah, I'm gonna, I'm gonna watch this or whatnot. But then I had other friends like, yeah, I'm gonna DVR it. And when I wake up in the morning, I'll watch it in the morning.
I don't know. I Olympics. I used to get into the basketball, but then that went away because it's like, they would be thrashing them. Like, so it's not really.
Well,
Like, I'm a fan of the NBA, but I'm not a fan of like a player. Like, ooh, I gotta watch them play. I'm a fan of just the game of basketball. So if it's a blowout, I don't want to watch it.
yeah,
You know
but
what I'm saying?
US has something to prove this year, though. They really do.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna blow anybody out.
No.
Oh, okay.
Anybody of any, like, I think we play Iran on Wednesday. Like, we should blow them out. But like
Right.
France right now, we just have to win.
Okay. But then still, like, so back to your point, like, I mean, I didn't even know it was coming on. I knew it was coming on today, but I didn't think it's coming on at 9:00 or
Yeah, sorry, 8:00.
8:00 in the morning. Like, nah, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. That's corny to me now. So I mean, but I'm older now. So when I was a kid, when I was younger, we want to watch the Olympics. I used to love the jerseys. I used to have one of the USA jerseys.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, boom, boom, boom.
But there was a game for the Sega Genesis. It was USA Basketball. I remember, like, way back.
Really? I've never heard of that game.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, and I
What game
love
was
it.
this?
It was called USA Basketball.
No, he got the fresh Italian meats. He eating Italian meat sandwiches. He got access.
No, I'm
here,
telling you,
man.
this
You
game,
know
and
what
like I said, and it was with the '92 Dream Team. So that team was fun to play with. Jordan, Barkley, Chris Mullin, Leitner, Drexler. Like, it was awesome to play with.
But who else?
Hold on,
What
wait
other
a second.
teams was on there?
Hold
though?
on. No, hold on. You named the dream team. You said Jordan, Barkley, and then you went Mullen, Drexler. Like, that's the order you thought
No,
about? them
I
in?
just came up with it. Yeah,
That's interesting.
because Chris Mullin was dirty from outside. He
And
would
Christian
never miss.
Leitner. That was
But
interesting.
Leitner
That was,
never saw the court.
that was an interesting five.
Leitner never
Right.
saw the court. Usually, my starting five I would go
Right.
with. No, we'll see. I would have Jordan,
I forgot.
Stockton. God, I'm trying to think who else was on that. What I would put in that starting rotation.
Pippen, Barkley.
Yeah, Pippen,
Robinson.
and then Pippen, Barkley, Robinson. That was usually what I would have.
You threw out a lot of names there. That,
Right.
that was
Oh,
interesting.
But this game was
Magic,
awesome.
Bird.
Magic.
Right, I forgot about that. Right.
I forgot Chris Mullins on
I
the
was gonna
team.
say, I always liked those like the secondary guys,
Yeah.
but it was so much fun because you would go through, you'd play the preliminary rounds, and like you would blow guys out. You have like Algeria or something, and you win like 138 to like 14.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
But they had. You would go to the rounds and you had the medal ceremony. Like, every time I won it, like I would stand up. I'd be excited about it. I was like, I just won another gold, boys.
I don't know. Yeah, did you play any comp? No, you didn't play no comp though, right? No competition on the game, right?
Well, I mean, at the time, I think like Lithuania was the toughest team.
They were always,
Yeah, Lithuania was the toughest
Okay.
team. But I mean, at the end of the day, it was USA Basketball. We were going to win.
You're gonna win regardless.
Like I literally could shoot like a 3 from the
And it's
back
good.
corner of the court, and I'd be like, "Oh, 3-pointer from Bird."
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I said, with the Olympics, and I think too, one of the other things now is, and I've had this discussion with people, is do you with COVID and everything, and COVID is rampant over there in Tokyo.
Mhm.
Should they even be playing the games? And I know it's all a financial thing, which we're going to get into, which is impacting the NFL now too. But I think that too, for people that there's no fans in the stands. I know it's already have had some of the athletes have been disqualified due to positive COVID tests. So it's like one of those things too, where I say, well, the Olympics are great under normal circumstances, like they're an added bonus. Now, under circumstances that aren't normal, it's like, well, I don't really care at all. So
Yeah, I don't know. I just was, you know what? And I don't know. There's a lull. This is the lull in sports.
It is,
I think
yeah.
We talked about it last year, right? So it's like, usually you're looking for something to watch on Saturday night. The Olympics was on. I'm like, that's just corny, man. I'm not watching this. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was skateboarding. I'm not really a skateboarder. You know what I'm saying?
No,
so
me
there
neither.
was nothing exciting about that. And, so it's corny. So I think that's probably why a lot of people are not watching it. It's corny. You know what I mean? But we need to have them. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It's just, for me, I don't know. Like, I was excited one year Michael Phelps, but that was a long time ago, right?
Yeah.
Right. So, you know, I mean, that was cool.
Yeah.
Watching him swim and stuff like that. You know, basketball is always a good thing. I didn't even know they had like a softball or whatever like
This
that.
first year it's back.
And then it's
Oh,
weird. They have a 3-on-3.
I watched the girls.
I
the
thought that I
women's
saw
team
that.
yesterday.
So I would watch that.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I watched yesterday? That was exciting. The Big Three. Ice Cube. That was pretty good that he did. You know what I'm saying? Like the Big Three. It's pretty interesting because you know what? It's at the right time.
It's perfect timing.
The perfect. It's a lull.
And now they're starting to get players that could still be in the league.
Yeah.
So you have a couple guys that make it fun to watch. Whereas the first year they did it, it was guys that like why are we? I'm not watching this.
Yeah. But yeah, you got Joe Johnson out there getting busy. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that was interesting to me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
You know, so we'll see. But, you know, I kind of just want to bring that into, I think one of the biggest conversations right now is what's going on with the NFL.
Yeah, that's a little crazy.
You know, and it's wild, you know. So obviously, you know, a lot of us that are watching and listening know that, you know, the NFL is coming down with the hammer as far as COVID vaccines and what their plan is. And they just came out that if players are not vaccinated, whoever it is, the team's checks are going to be forfeited. So now they brought up a very good point at, you know, that impacts every player on each team differently. So if I'm sitting here and I'm Patrick Mahomes and, you know, you're costing me $300,000 a game, you know, because you didn't want to get vaccinated, I'm really mad at you. But whatever it may be, you know, I don't know how this is going to work out because now you have players like DeAndre Hopkins, who's one of the biggest names in the NFL, saying I might have to rethink if I'm even going to be playing this season. You know, and you know, I don't blame him, but again, you know, because it's kind of one of those things where he's like, listen, I'm going to take my stand on the situation. I'm going to let you know, like, okay, you want to take away revenue out of my pocket, but if I'm not on the field, I'm taking revenue out of your pocket because, you know, everyone tunes in to watch the DeAndre Hopkins, to watch the Patrick Mahomes, to watch the Aaron Rodgers, to watch these guys play. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Coach, what are your thoughts on the situation?
It's a slippery slope, man, and it's interesting to me how I feel like this is all happening pretty quickly, and I don't obviously we don't know what's been going on behind the scenes and if the players knew this was how it's going to be or what. It seems like they didn't because some of it seems like they're getting hit by surprise. But the fact that it's going to, like you said, it's going to affect each player differently because I may be vaccinated, but because XYZ happens, I may still lose out. Like that's dangerous to me if the NFL, like that's not right. You know, and I get, you know, you wanting to, the idea of this is, in my opinion, is all just to bully everybody to get the vaccine.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just going to bully you to get 100%. The vaccine. And that way, at least now, if things go bad, we can say, well, all our players are vaccinated. And I feel like that's the main reason behind it. So I don't know. It's I think the NFL, I know they're the strongest league there probably is in terms of power, but this is dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, it is. And like you said, it's basically bullying everyone into wanting to get the vaccine. You know, if the finances are going to come down to it and, you know, like I said, taking the money out of the pockets of the players, out of the pockets of the teams, you know, with the NFL, though, it's always been a fraud. And we've talked about this on other shows, how the NFL, you know, will always talk about player safety and always talk about this and always talk about that. But at the end of the day, which like a lot of businesses, it's all about the almighty dollar. So listen, if you're going to start taking money out of my pocket, we're going to do what we can and take your money out of your pocket. But Jay, let me get your thoughts.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's any different than how they, you know, they've been treating their players over time. I think they've constantly shown that, you know, how they feel about their players, you know. So, you know, it is what it is. It's just unfortunate, though, that what I hear is something like 15,000 if you get, you know what I'm saying?
They're like some random number, 14,958.
But is there a penalty if you are vaccinated? That's the thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I got to read the rules. I just couldn't, you know.
From what I understood is if you are the cause of your team. No. If you vaccinated,
correct.
If you are vaccinated.
I mean, do the players have the issue with Goodell specifically, or is it Goodell's almost like the puppet for the owners?
I think it's both.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, so the owners are okay with it because it's the owners that's ultimately
Oh, yeah.
money,
Exactly.
right? So that's why they're like, no, we got to hold them accountable. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's more of the issue, in my opinion. You know, but you know what? Which one is more minoritized? Not really a word, you know what I'm saying? We make up words on this show sometimes, but which one is a little more minoritized, the NFL or the NBA? Which one has more minorities playing? I think it's the NBA, right?
I would say the NBA.
Yeah, I would say NBA.
Right. Okay. All right. So yeah, I don't. It just I just was curious about that, but yeah, it doesn't surprise me to me. You know what I'm saying? The NFL has been that type of league, you know. So it doesn't surprise me, you know. But they just want you to be vaccinated.
No, I know everyone does. Everyone does
That's
now.
the bottom line.
You know, I mean, it's going to be interesting. I mean, they're going to have a football season one way or the other. I mean, it kind of reminded me of back when the movie The Replacements. Like, listen, we'll bring in somebody to make sure
Right.
we get a season going.
Right.
You know, which is a very underrated movie, by the way.
No, really, it's good though. You're talking about with Keanu Reeves?
Yeah, Shane Falco.
Shane Falco.
Yeah,
The movie.
yeah.
Mhm.
No,
Going back to tying it into the NBA, the difference is I think just the number of people involved. So the NBA really didn't have to. The NBA did so much testing this season, and I think they were able to do that because you have at most 20 players that have to get tested, whereas the NFL, there's I don't even know how many
you got
guys.
like 100 personnel on every team.
Yeah, you know, so I think that's a huge difference in the way the NBA was able to handle it as well.
And it's interesting. There's guys too in the NFL, a couple coaches who were fired because they
Right,
refused to
right.
get the vaccine.
Right.
A couple of other guys,
Really?
they stepped away because they didn't want to get the vaccine. And it was like the Vikings offensive line coach, and then another coach from Houston just refused to
Guy
get it.
from the Patriots.
That's the Patriots
Wow, I
guy.
didn't know
Yeah,
that.
and they just said no, I'm not getting it. You know, and for them, it's a strong move. You know,
One of the guys, and I forget, I think it might have been but maybe the offensive line coach. He was a young guy. He was only like 36.
yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
So like you still have your whole career ahead of you. I mean, I
Right.
guess he could still come back, whatever, and
Right.
change his mind or whatever. But I know one of the guys was like 67, something like that.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
He's
Okay.
on his way out anyway. But
And
Right.
they were saying like the young guy, like he hasn't necessarily established himself yet. Like, that's a risky move to make. But, the thing is though, like if you, with football, with most sports, but especially like with football, if you've coached at the NFL level, like usually you can get yourself a job
Right.
somewhere in the college ranks or, a good high school, because if you go out to Texas or, down to Alabama where they're high school football, they pay you like you're,
right,
you know,
yeah, like a regular year's salary.
oh yeah. I mean, it's no joke. It's not like, in a local, it's like, well, if you have time to coach a football
Right.
team, let us know,
Yeah.
but I want to get into something too with football. And I know that, the thoughts, there's been a lot of talk surrounding the Eagles and Deshaun Watson and, what they should do with their quarterback position. You're hearing a lot of different rumors. I personally don't think they're going to make any moves, as far as, changing quarterback position goes. And, people are saying, oh, I'd love to see Deshaun Watson. I'd love to, see them trade for him. Or, there's like crazy hypothetical rumors of trading for Aaron Rodgers, and I just don't see the reason why you go and make a move like that. I mean, at all, if you're in the Eagles organization, because you sat here, you made the moves, you got rid of Carson, you drafted Jalen Hurts. Again, I'm not saying we should have kept Carson. He's done and over with.
Well,
But-
I mean, Hurts is average. He's average at best, right?
But the thing is, though,
right. It's average at best. You know what I'm saying?
But the thing is, like, you got to give this
It's
kid
gonna
a
be
chance.
long football season.
It is, but you got to give this kid a chance. though. Like, it's not like you're sitting and you're saying we have this great team built around him that if we go and we get a star quarterback, we can win the Super Bowl.
Right.
Even if we were to go get Deshaun Watson or something like that, you still don't know what your skill players are giving you. You don't know what your secondary is giving you. And I'd still open to giving this kid, because the thing is, you got 3 first-round draft picks next year. So you got a year where you can sit here, you can allow Hurts to show you what he has, if anything, and then go in and be in great position next year to draft somebody or whatever it may be. So I don't go and
If you have a chance to get a top tier talent, considering what you have, I mean, Hurts he's unproven,
Yeah.
saying, somewhat, but he deserves a chance.
absolutely.
But I'm sure if you had a chance to get like Aaron Rodgers or or Deshaun Watson, then you make the move, and I'm sure he would be like, yeah, make the move. You know what I'm saying, like I'm just saying, these are like next level, next top tier. I mean, you don't make a trade for, let's say, another Carson Wentz, then that's like a disrespect, right?
It is.
Right. But if you trade for like Aaron Rodgers, I mean, it hurts. Like you I mean, you probably feel some type of way internally as a competitor, but you can never express that. You can't go on TV and say, oh, that's messed up, I should have had my chance, this and that. What are you talking about Aaron Rodgers? Get the fuck out of here. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you have a chance to have a top tier talent, Hall of Fame type level player, go get him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, considering, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're unproven. You know what I'm saying? You're unproven just yet. So I don't see that being like an issue. But if you go get, like I said, like another Carson Wentz or something like that, then that's like a disrespect. You still miss him though.
No.
That's all in your face, bro.
No,
It's all in your face.
It's over. Like I said,
listen, you can fool them. You can't fool me.
No, I
miss him.
like I said, I know, Coach. What are your thoughts? No, I didn't mean it like that.
I agree with Jay. Like, I think if you can get a top tier player, you always do that. I don't go get Deshaun Watson though because of the situation. I don't think with the team you have right now, he makes your team better, but he doesn't help. You're still not going to win. And you have a young coach. Why you don't want to put that circus around him? I think this is a time where let's see what we have. We don't need any extra baggage right now that he would bring with him.
And that's kind of my thought. And I understand it because I've had this conversation with other people, and they don't really agree when I say, oh, don't go and get them, don't go and do this. And I say, let's just see what happens, because the Eagles are set up to rebuild strongly, right, and come back. And like I said, you look at the division, you look at the conference overall, like, Aaron Rodgers, yeah, he's getting older. This conference in the next couple of years is going to be a new team be able to come back to the top. Right. I would almost rather see us just sit here, see what we got, use the draft picks that you have next year. Like you said, if someone said, oh, Aaron Rodgers is coming to the Eagles, yeah, it would be exciting to see it. But like you said, I don't even think a guy like that puts them over the top, because I'm still also concerned about who's the skill players that he would be using with. And Deshaun Watson.
I mean, with a quarterback, you know what I'm saying? The quarterback is like, especially top tier Hall of Famer quarterback, they make other players around. They could take maybe not a top tier receiver and make him to a top tier receiver.
The main thing the quarterback needs is offensive line. Right. Okay. And we still have some holes. Like, so I'm still, if Aaron Rodgers coming, yes, we're going to get Aaron Rodgers. Yes, we're going to get top tier players. I'm always for that. Right. I'm just saying I wouldn't do Deshaun Watson because of his situation.
And that's I think I was there with you, and I'm still there with you somewhat, but and I'm going off base a little bit, but it's all related, and back to manifest, it's all connected. You know what I'm saying? But in the wake of some recent news, like with these allegations, and I'm going back to I'm going to like Bill Cosby, right? Yeah. So Bill Cosby is now out, boom, right? There's been some retraction of some of the testimony, this and that. So there is some noise or some foulness that goes on in those type of situations with certain type of demographics and minorities. So, so I don't know. I'm not so certain that may play out a different way.
I don't think it. I think Watson actually, because they were saying all of a sudden that big train has lost a lot of steam. A
little bit. I mean, I don't like to go there because I don't like to judge it as far as like, if somebody feels like, if somebody is a victim or has been victimized, I don't want to just put that down. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, there is a narrative out there that specifically shows that certain demographics are targeted a little more
100%
than other demographics. So I don't know.
100%. I mean, 100%. I mean, look, there was a situation, I guess about 6 or 8 years ago, maybe sure, with the guys from the Duke lacrosse team. Yeah. And and listen, all of a sudden, like you said, that narrative played out differently.
Mhm.
So it absolutely is.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, you know.
What happened with that?
So
I
I
totally forgot about that.
I'd have to go back and do the specific
I think they
details.
got off, didn't they?
But they did. I know they did. I know they got very low key sentences, and I want to, you know. So go ahead.
Yeah, I think that played out differently because of different reasons, though. I think that lost steam because they made it lose steam.
Yeah, but strategically.
Right.
Right. Okay, yeah. I forgot about that. Damn, sure enough.
But I think it was proven that those weren't just allegations. I think there was proven that shit went down.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You know, so that's what I'm saying, that maybe, you know, maybe you take a chance on that. I don't know. Philly has one thing I can say about the Eagles, and I don't like to talk too much about the Eagles, but one thing I can say is that they are a second chancer. Okay.
For sure.
So for what they did for Mike Vick,
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that was cool. So, but that's Andy Reid. You had different, you know what I'm saying? You had different.
And he was coming in to be a backup.
Right. But I knew that he was going to be a star.
Oh yeah, eventually.
Well,
yeah.
No, because he was backing up McNabb, right?
Was
at
it
first.
First was it McNabb first, or was it?
McNabb. It was McNabb.
Because it ended up being what, Kevin Cobb?
Right. See, now when they said Kevin Cobb was getting the job, I said, "Oh, Vic could be there soon."
Okay, yeah.
Now that I knew.
All right.
And first game, no, they cracked his ass.
Yeah. You're right.
They cracked his ass, and then, you know, he was back. It was Mike Vick ever then. And I used to like the Eagles when they had Mike Vick. They had a nice little offense, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, who knows, man? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I see Randy over here researching this. You know, so was they got off though, right?
They did. They
That's
did.
what I thought.
They did get off, and actually, it was actually turned that, you know, the three players from Duke, you know, because of the slander to their name, were given $20 million each.
That's what I thought.
You know, and
That's
you know,
what I thought. Right.
Exactly. The players who originally were accused of causing this whole issue were
They
the ones
got
who made out.
So that's why I'm saying that, you know, we got to be careful with some things. Like again, you know, it's certain demographics have innocent until proven guilty,
And then
and then certain demographics have guilty and must prove innocent.
For sure.
So I think Deshaun Watson is in that category of guilty, must prove innocent, but he really may be innocent. So that's the thing. That's
what I'm saying is more from if I'm in the Eagles camp, more than anything, I don't want my head coach to have to deal with that. I don't want Jalen Hurts to have to deal with that. Meaning, whether he's guilty or innocent, whatever, just the media circus that's going to come with it. We already have so much other stuff we have to deal with. Sirianni, you know, we want him talking about that in a press conference. He can't talk about football.
Right. Sure
That's the last thing we want him talking about.
Right.
So we need, you know, that's why
I got you.
whether what is going on with him,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
it's just too much.
If you're still going to do it, if you're going to make a move, I still would go for Watson over Rodgers only because of age. Like, so, I mean, because I look at, you know, Deshaun Watson's 26 years old. You know, you look at, okay, we got a quarterback now.
It feels good for you to say that, though, right?
What?
You know the reason why you say that, right?
What? Go ahead.
Because you already have a ring. Feels good, right?
Well, yeah, I mean,
Right,
you know,
right.
yeah.
See, now,
You got a nice shiny ring.
When you have a ring, you can be a little more patient.
Did you see? It was fun. Did you see? And this is, I don't know, and people were laughing about it, that they took down the Carson banner.
No, I was laughing about it.
You know, and then
about
they put up the trophy banner with Foles. There was like Foles' hands when he's holding the trophy up. And people were like, oh, there it is, another Philadelphia Eagles jab there. You know,
Well, I mean, but
like, you could have just put the Super Bowl trophy. Period.
you could put Foles up there.
Yeah, you could put Foles up.
I mean, he was the quarterback.
yeah.
He was the one that got the job
Oh,
done.
here we go. I knew.
I'm just
Listen,
saying, he was the
you know
one that
what?
got the job
I'm not
done.
going to be a
It's not-
victim of
it's not even
circumstance.
August yet.
I know. Not even August.
And I can't wait.
But like I said, I'm excited for.
I'm gonna use all my sick days for those shit.
Oh man!
No, but listen, when's your open practices?
Later this month.
Mm-hmm. The 8th and what?
I don't know. I don't know. Open
Okay.
practice.
You're not going?
No. I have no desire to ever go to open practice.
Oh, you never going?
No.
I thought you've gone.
Mm-mm.
I could have swore you going.
Mm-mm.
Okay. all
No.
right,
And
okay.
to me, it's like, yeah,
It's not your thing.
no.
Okay.
You know,
You're not
and-
a fan like that.
I see. Now that's a low shot. I just have no interest in it. It's like spring training
I
baseball.
got you. It's like exhibition basketball.
Yeah, I don't care about spring training baseball.
I got you.
What are we doing during the regular season? That's all that matters.
I got you.
My only concern when we got that is I want everyone coming out of training camp, spring training, healthy. I don't really care what the results are. I don't care about that. Like people have offered me tickets to a preseason game, and I have no interest in going. I'm like,
I got you.
At all.
I got you.
So-
I got you. Well, and listen, man, you know what? If they get Rodgers, you got a chance to get Rodgers, get Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? You got a chance to get Watson. I think you get him too. I think you try it. I think you try it. But at the same time, you know what? Listen, stand pat. You know what I'm saying? Run your own trusted process. You know what I mean? and give Hurts a chance. I mean, Hurts should have some comfortability with Devonta Smith.
Yep.
So you should have some comfortability. The guys in the locker room rallied behind him. They love him. He showed leadership. He showed how to be a leader. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
No, I like the kid. Listen, I like the kid. I have nothing.
He's average at best.
He makes.
He's average at best. That's all good.
Maybe. I'm open. I'm open to it. I'm open to it.
It's all
I'm
good.
open
It's
to
all
it.
good.
I mean, I just think like you said, though, this is kind of that lull where everybody looks towards football season, especially now with our baseball team continuing, not our baseball team. I'd say my baseball team. I know Marcus is a fan. I know Jay, you were a fan back in the day.
Wait, did Coach say he was a fan?
I am a fan. I've watched, like I said, I watched more baseball this past month than I've watched.
But because your daughter.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, but you were a fan before baby girl got in.
I was always,
Okay.
Well,
you're
rolling with the momentum.
Yeah, I always knew where they were at.
Okay.
I wouldn't sit there and watch a whole game, but I knew
They were in your peripheral.
I knew who was playing well, who was. I've always known that kind of stuff.
Okay.
It was just been tough for me to sit down and watch.
Hey, listen, baseball's
blame you.
the hardest sport to sit down and watch, though.
With certain teams.
No, in general. You can't
specifically
tell me,
certain teams, though.
Okay, but you can't tell me as a Yankee fan that you can sit down and watch straight 9 innings.
If I'm interested in the game, yeah.
Well, yeah, if you're interested in the game, but of all the sports, it's the hardest one to sit down and really focus on. If you're not a diehard baseball fan,
at different points, yeah, but it depends on the team, though.
Yeah, that's true.
If your team is getting blown, 15 to 3 or whatever, that's tough to watch.
Yeah,
that's tough to watch.
I mean,
did you watch the game last night?
No, thankfully I wasn't watching last night.
Okay. Right. I wasn't on your phone checking the score.
I did, and then I saw. Yeah, I mean, listen,
that's why you had the Heineken instead of the wine.
Listen. I remember when we were driving up to dinner, I had it on the radio, and Freddie Freeman was batting, and I love Freddie Freeman, one of my favorite players in the league, even. But he always kills the Phillies. And I remember it was like, here's the pitch. The guy was like belted into outer space.
Have you heard the stat about him in July?
Oh, that he's hitting. Go ahead.
He hasn't swung and missed at a ball in July.
Wow.
He's so good.
Wow.
He's so good.
Wow.
That's insane.
He's just his hand-eye coordination is amazing. He's an awesome ball player.
Wow.
Always liked him. Very social media friendly. Very always. But I knew what was going on yesterday. Yeah. But you have Vince Velasquez out there on the mound and doing his usual, and that's what you got. You got, like I said, we took a little bit of momentum, and then we lost. Now it's where we at here. 4 out of the last 5 because we lost 2 to the Yankees, 2 to the Braves so far.
So what momentum did you have?
No, before that, the Phillies were 10-4 in their last 14.
Like that. Okay.
Yeah, so they had some momentum to get back into it. And at one point, they were only 2.5 games back.
Right.
And so you were like, okay. But the problem was, even with that, there was still a false narrative. It's like, they now the talk is, are they buyers or sellers? Buyers or sellers? Mm. I mean, okay, you're going to be buyers, but what are you buying for? Like, you can't at this point in the at this point in the season, there's still too many holes that I don't think, like, you can't go out and say, if you go get me a closer, it's going to be a difference maker.
Let me ask you a question. Typically, and I'm just asking a question.
Yeah.
Typically, where does
that means he's not just asking?
Yeah, I know. Especially because there's a lot of you can see it. When he says typically, it's the go ahead.
That's like when people say, no disrespect.
No
I'm about to disrespect you.
Yeah. No disrespect.
No, go ahead. So listen, What did Realmuto? He had a home run. He had a home run the other day, right?
Yeah.
Typically, where does your catcher bat?
Well, now in the league, you're seeing the catchers batting 2-hole.
Well, that's because that's where Realmuto bats. I'm saying,
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, wait a minute. I said, typically, where does your catcher really bat?
Well, now the
Like-
catchers are different, though. Now the catchers are different. Usually,
You're not answering the question. Typically, you see them at the bottom of the order.
the old
right?
the old catcher, yeah,
What do you mean, the old style,
like the old
catcher
style
or the-
catchers, yeah. Now a lot of the top tier catchers, you're seeing them in the top half of the lineup.
Just to throw it out, the USA is up 2 with 2 minutes left.
Okay,
That was pretty a good game.
but go ahead.
So that's why I noticed.
With no
that.
disrespect.
But it caught my attention because I've never seen a catcher bat 2. Second, I never seen a catcher bat second. So why do they have him batting second? Because he's like one of their main offensive generators. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't really love him in a 2-hole. I really don't, to be honest. But we
Why?
don't. I just don't like him there. I mean, I would rather see a guy there is more of a contact speed type guy.
Mhm.
But the thing is now the baseball lineups. Go ahead.
Okay.
The baseball lineups
Go ahead,
have
I'm gonna let you
changed.
finish, 'cause I want to prove my point. That's my point. It's because you can't play a certain brand of baseball with having your catcher at the 2-hole. Is that fair to say?
Well, no, because the thing is too, he's still one of the best bats in the lineup as far as contact wise, things like that. So you always are going to want to have a guy in your 2-hole who's able to hit the ball the other way, a guy that's able to put a ball out of the park potentially.
But
The
you
lineup,
spoke to that speed though.
I'm an old school baseball guy though. I'm an
Okay.
old school baseball guy. Like I would rather have where your 1 and 2 hole hitters are speed guys, contact. Like
Get on base, no matter
get
what.
on base.
Right.
Then like back in the day, it was first and second get on. Your 3 hole,
and then you got cleanup, bringing them
Yes,
all.
exactly.
Right.
3, 4, 5 could bring them in. And then you would go back to your 8-hole hitter would kind of be like a second lead off,
Mhm.
and then your
Nine
pitcher,
is your pitcher.
you butt them over and
Right.
start the process
Right.
again. But now the players and the lineups are so different than they used to be.
Okay, so
And-
then I guess I'm an old school baseball guy.
I'm still am too, and I
Okay.
agree. Like, go ahead, though, coach.
From what I've seen, this is literally the last month of watching the Phillies. If you put him later in the lineup, he's not going to get any pitches because the rest of nobody behind him, they're not going to pitch to him
Okay.
because
Good point.
the people behind him.
Okay.
So I think putting him second, and I don't think he needs to be second. I agree with that.
Right.
I think he should be somewhere, between like maybe McCutcheon and Hoskins,
Okay.
or somewhere in there.
Okay.
That 4 or 5 somewhere in there. Instead
Right.
of 2.
Okay.
I think that might be
Because you got him second, and then what? Harper is third.
Yeah.
right. So,
Right.
so you still got to pitch to him because Bryce,
Bryce is right there.
you can't
right.
just let him get on.
Right.
So that's just from what I've seen the last, when you get to that bottom of that lineup.
Right. So maybe that's a Girardi thing. I don't know, or maybe it's a talent wise. That's what I'm saying. Like sometimes, and it's not saying I don't like Realmuto because I don't want to come across like that. But what I'm saying though, I really don't. I'm serious.
No, I know.
But it's like, you gotta. It's like I gave an analogy before when I was like, they had Stackhouse and Iverson, right? But then they had to get rid of one of them so they can get complementary pieces to help bring out more of Iverson.
But we don't have Iverson.
But you got Harper and Realmuto though.
Well, I think I
I
think
agree with that. But
So
I
you
don't
gotta-
think
You know what I'm
even
saying?
though he's getting paid like Iverson, I don't think Harper's Iverson.
right. I agree, but he's supposed to be our Iverson.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Right, okay.
do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I see what you're saying.
Right.
I don't think we have that piece to build around right now.
But I wonder has Harper's struggles? I mean, you had the injury and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But has his struggles been magnified with Realmuto? I'm just curious about that one.
Well-
Now, that I don't know because I'm not an avid Philly
No,
watcher.
I mean, no.
But-
I think that Realmuto's giving you exactly what you've asked for
Okay.
from the defensive and offensive side. I don't think there's anything that he's done that you can say, oh, he hasn't performed to what you were expecting. I think that with Harper, and people don't want to make this argument, but my thing is, I don't think Harper has been that big guy that we thought he would be. Yeah, the numbers are there, But there's been a lot of situations where I was like, listen, I remember one big hit. The one big hit, it was last year. He had a walk-off grand slam, and that was that moment. You were like, this is what we paid to have, the guy that's going to hit it. But there's still been a lot of situations where, I think Harper has not lived up to that contract, and I don't think he's going to live up to that contract. I think that you can see it now. I know he's battling a lot of injuries. Now, give him credit though. The last couple games,
I heard
he has stepped up, and he's got about 4 or 5 stolen bases. He's like, I'm going to do what it takes to help this team win. Now, the game they won against the Braves, was it Friday night?
Right.
He was able to make that win happen.
So why not put him at second then? Why do you have him at third?
I actually wouldn't mind it. A lot of the
You know what I mean?
a lot of the great hitters like Trout hits second.
Why not put him second?
Acuna hits second.
Yeah.
I think Guerrero Jr. hits second if I'm not mistaken.
That's what I'm saying. Like I just listen. Of course I'm always fishing for more shit on Muto and stuff, but I wasn't even fishing at the time. But this caught me. Is when they said he was hitting second. I'm like, why is he hitting second?
I don't know about Girardi's lineups. That's been an issue. I don't know about we talked this before, and everybody who's a Yankee fan
can't stand you.
Yeah, everyone who's a Yankee fan had told me, be careful what you wish for, because he's not impressive.
He wasn't a good manager to me, but he was a good, decent catcher.
Well, yeah,
but of course you wanted Posada more because he gave you more. He gave you that home run power. Girardi wasn't a home run hitter.
No.
And he wasn't really that great of a hitter, period. But defensively as a catcher, he was amazing. But then when you had Girardi and Posada, oftentimes they went with Posada because he had the home run power.
And switch hitter?
And he was a switch hitter.
Yeah, he was actually, he was awesome. I used to love watching him.
Right, because in '96 they platooned between Jim Leverett,
Jimmy Leverett, yeah.
Right. But even him, right?
Leverett,
he had that hit
in the home run in the World Series.
That's what I'm saying. Yep. He had the hit, but he was batting
down in the bottom of the lineup.
At the bottom of the lineup. So you got some power down.
I was still in that mindset, that I would love that, with the old school baseball of the leadoff hitter is your speed guy, is your contact guy.
Right. So Didi's leading off, right?
No, Segura's leading off.
So Segura is I guess an advanced version of Didi, right? He's a speed guy.
He's just scrappy, and he doesn't strike out. He puts the ball in play.
So
so that's the thing.
Hopkins, what? Hoskins.
I wish we had Hopkins.
No, Hoskins is 4, right?
Yeah, Hoskins will hit in the 4 hole.
He's got the power.
He does, yeah.
He's got the power.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
the problem is that they still, again, they don't have a true leadoff hitter.
Right.
And that's why they're just picking guys in there. Segura is actually if in a lineup, he's an ideal 2-hole hitter. Segura is a 2-hole hitter. Okay. Then you could go, if we had a real leadoff hitter, I would say that I would go, for example, I would have gone, and I know people don't like this, but I would go Odubel Herrera, and he would be my leadoff hitter. Because he's got the speed, he's got some power. I would go Segura 2, and I would have probably Harper 3, Realmuto 4, Hoskins 5, McCutchen 6, then Bohm 7, or you have not Bohm. I'd have Gregoria 7, Bohm 8, and then the pitcher. That's what I would do if I had to line up.
Well, listen,
But the problem is, it's not even. There's so much. The thing is about this team,
a lot of holes.
Exactly. And that's why when people talk about being buyers, I'm like, what are you going to do? You can't buy. You need to buy 3 starting pitchers, 2 relievers, a bat. This is not something you can go buy. You can't, and people talk about trading. We should trade the prospects. First of all, their farm system is not good. There's a reason why they haven't brought people up. Because I'm all about trading prospects. People all the time say, "Oh, we don't want to trade this guy. We don't want to trade that guy." No, if you're in a win now mode, you don't worry about your prospects. You sacrifice the future for the now. But first of all, the NL in general, you got the Giants, the Padres, the Dodgers. You got teams that are on another level that the Phillies can't compete with. It's not like if you tell me the Phillies get into the playoffs, they can win the World Series. They
baseball, baseball, anything can happen.
I know
teams get hot.
I know it is, but it's so. Well, if you look at it, to me, I'm that's my thought process.
Yeah, I got you.
If you're buyers or sellers, my thing is at this point, I would almost sell and see what you can get for certain guys. Like
I would sell too. And you know who I would sell?
who would you sell? Let me hear it.
You already know. Rita
Who?
Muto.
Okay.
I would sell him. He's prisoning y'all with too much money. Too much money for a catcher,
Well,
in my opinion.
And I know we've had this conversation before. I wouldn't be against trading him at all. I wouldn't be either. I think because you don't have a lot of pieces that you can get something back for. And, but again, you have to be strong up the middle. That's one of the old sayings. And you have to be, from catcher to short to center. DD at short has got to go. DD, has been terrible defensively. Like I said, there's so many. If you look around the diamond, there's so many holes.
Yeah.
And then, you got it comes to pitching. It doesn't matter. It comes down to pitching at the end of the day. You got one pitcher.
You still have Nola, you know what I'm saying? Like, in fact, I don't know if you guys, Facebook's a newspaper to me. Okay, It really is a newspaper. So, people make interesting posts. I read all the comments because I like to see other people's points of view. You engaged in a little debate with somebody over Aaron Nola.
Yeah, but I know that argument. Don't even that.
No, I'm just saying.
I know that argument. No,
okay.
that
you were engaged in a little debate, right? And you know what? The guy had a great point though. Like I think that he's just
sports. I know who you're talking about.
No, I'm just saying some pitchers they don't have their best years, okay? But the bottom line is that he's still your dude.
No, he's not.
Okay.
No, he's not. I mean, Zach Wheeler is the dude.
Okay.
Zach Wheeler is the dude. I mean, look.
Okay. I'm gonna leave it alone. Okay.
No, go ahead. No, we can.
I just think that Aaron Nola is still your dude. And I think that he doesn't really get the run support and stuff like that. I noticed that when Wheeler pitched, when it was like a 7-8 runs they scored. When Nola pitched, it was barely one. And it's run support matters. Like, like what's his name was having that. I think DeGrom was having that problem at one time with the Mets. Like, run support matters. You know what I'm saying? So, the problem is you don't have a consistent offense. Well, when you don't have a consistent offense, then that doesn't help your pitchers out. Now you're asking them to be amazing.
You're talking. You're right. The offense has been a very big struggle. We're talking about a guy though right now. He's got a 4.64 ERA. Okay,
it's high.
It is.
It's not his best year.
No.
Okay, that's clear. That's clearly that. Okay, that's clear. But what's the run support he's getting though?
I'd have to look at that.
I know.
But you
look at that.
No, I will. But the thing is,
have to. I'm just saying.
The thing is though, in the big games he hasn't performed, Well, I'm saying in any game that you would look at and say this is a pressure, like today's game for the Phillies with Nola, pressure game.
Okay,
pressure game. If they lose 3 out of 4 to the Braves, I think you lose all the fans. Anybody who was kind of back on, even though this is like boom boom. If you lose 3 out of 4 to the Braves, I think
they playing in Philly.
Yeah,
I might even want to go. I might want to go see Aaron Nola.
Nah, well,
you're not a fan. You're really not a fan.
No, I like Nola.
Send his ass to the Yankees.
Take him. My thing is though, like I said, with it right now, you got like today, you gotta have a big game. I need him to go out there today and I need him to at least give me 6 innings today. I need that 6 innings. I need him to come out there. I can't have him come out and give me a 4 1/3, a 5 inning performance. No, I need him to go out and show us something today. Like these are the big, like I said, we haven't had any big games. We haven't. He's like, and that's the thing though. But like this right now is, if you look at the scope of the Philly season, this is a big game. They got to at least get a split with the Braves. So I need you to come out there and perform. But after that though, like I said, you got, and this is the problem. You got Zach Eflin's on the DL now with knee injury. So you got, I'll give you no, you got 2 pitchers and you got the next 3 are just journeymen. So
right, but you could have got some pitches, but I don't know where your money's at to get the pitches.
Well, you have the money, because the money is just based up to the front office to want to, whether they want to go over the luxury tax or not.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I think when you trade one of your big guns to get some complementary pieces, you'll see this team take off. Sometimes you have to do that. You know what I mean? Like I said, I got to go back to the Iverson and Stackhouse thing. They had to trade one of them. Somebody had to go.
Well, I think in the offseason, I think you're going
And
to
the
see
right coach, noticed it. He said, you know what? No, we're not going to win this way.
But
I mean, complementary pieces.
Well, the thing is, too, is like I said, I think that this offseason with the Phillies, you're going to see a lot of moves. I mean, and I think you're going to see a guy like Hoskins get moved. A guy like Segura is going to get moved because he's still like even now, like if we
their values are not high though. Like Hoskins' values not high.
Well, that's
strikes the hell out.
He does.
Well, but when you have a team like this, nobody's value is going to be high.
No, but I mean, if you look at it, if I'm an AL team, first baseman is if I'm an AL team though, and I can stick a guy like Hoskins in my middle of my lineup,
okay, DH or something like that.
Yeah, I'll take that all day, every day.
Okay, I mean, that's true.
And so. I mean, because he can provide for you. A guy like Segura, he plays very solid defense.
Right.
He makes contact. The thing is, he's got a high tag on his contract for next season.
We took one of your players and put him on the Yankees, and I think he won a ring too. I'm trying to think what was his name.
Charlie Hayes.
Ibanez.
Oh, Raul.
Ibanez.
Oh,
you know
man.
what I'm saying?
Oh.
He became a hell of a hitter for the Yankees.
Listen, he was a hell of a hitter here. I loved him. I loved Raul.
So I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Again, I'm not a Philly fan, but I don't mind them either, though. So I've had the jerseys. I've had, what I'm saying. So I don't mind them. You know what I mean? I'm okay with them.
Oh, I know, and I know that you enjoy because you like I said you said we're my day in and day out. We're my emotions based on how we do.
Yeah.
And
it's frustrating. And it's just gonna be all right, man.
And it's funny because I'll be sitting there, I'll be watching. I don't even get that excited. I just get little fist pumps.
I know.
I can't even get like overly enjoyed now.
Yeah.
Well, this goes back to a question I want to ask you.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, I know you had one.
No, it's not a deep question or anything.
What's the meaning of life?
There's 162 games.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Right. And I don't want to word this wrongly. How do you let your emotions go so high and so low every day?
Listen, it's
like and ladies and gentlemen, Randy does the post on our social media. He does a phenomenal job with it.
Yes, he does.
Phenomenal job.
Yes.
With it. But you can tell how he's feeling.
You're right.
By the post.
Listen, because and even like yesterday, I knew I had to put the post up, and it's like I'm sitting there. If you see me posted, I'm sitting there, after a win, I'm like in the Phillies with a 4-2 win and and I'm like, effing Vince Velasquez.
Yeah, and then, like yesterday, if I was doing it, which I don't want to do it, you're doing a great job.
Yeah.
But I'm saying I would have been like, Phillies let this one get away, 15-3, blah 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 blah, blah. All right, it happens.
That's it.
We still have 140 more to go.
Right.
You were like that. Like I felt like that was eating at like your soul.
But he's targeting. That's the thing. See, he's targeting because he has these narratives that Zach Wheeler is the ace. So
he is though,
right? So then anybody else that pitches, then that really.
But no, you can't tell me.
Velasquez, see, and then now if Nola doesn't do well, you're gonna see a hell of a post.
I'm gonna rip him apart.
Right.
I'm gonna rip him a new one. But Velasquez, the thing is though, the problem with a guy like Velasquez is the Phillies know what he is. The Phillies have known this for the last couple seasons. He literally gives you the same thing.
He's Brett Brown.
He's
exactly.
Like Velasquez, honestly,
average at best.
Yeah, and that's the thing, though. I don't have any problem with Velasquez if he was your, your
like
4 or 5 starter.
Isn't he like? He's like your 4 or 5 starter?
He is, but now you're expecting more out of him. But the thing is, like, I always thought that with Velasquez, they should have moved him to the bullpen and used him as a long reliever.
I like that.
Because like I said, he's always been, the problem with him is he doesn't take criticism well. And he doesn't take constructive criticism well. You see him do his post-game press conferences and whatnot, and he was like, I don't know why I was taken out last week. And he was right. And he made a good argument. He said his last outing, he'd given up 5 runs early on, and he was able to battle through and give him 6 innings. I said, you know what? Oh, that's a respectable start. You gave us 6 innings when we needed it.
Hold up.
Oh, I knew that was
right. That's what I'm saying. Marcus, he trips in that shit, man. It's not even me, man. No, you know it's not me, man.
When you said that,
right. It's not even me. You know what I'm saying? But wait a minute. So he pitches 6 innings and gives up 5 runs. My man pitches 5 innings and gives up 4 runs. And you're
But I'm not
him to
expecting
pieces.
that from Aaron Nola. My expectations for Aaron Nola are much higher than I have for Vince Velasquez. So if Vince Velasquez goes out there and gives me 6 innings, especially after giving up the runs early and is able to,
After 5 runs?
settle down.
Right, okay.
If he's able to settle down and give me 6 innings, 5 runs, I'll take that from Vince Velasquez almost every time.
Okay.
But it's these 2 1/3 innings with 6 runs and 3 innings. Aaron Nola, I'm expecting from Aaron Nola every outing 6 runs and there's 6 innings at least, and no more than 3 earned runs.
This has been a down year for him, and you agree, right?
Yes,
Okay. But previous years, he was pretty decent.
he was. He was. He
so-
one year
so-
he had the Cy Young, but he's never pitched with pressure,
Hold on.
and that's what.
I didn't even know that. Okay. But I seen his rookie game, right? And I said, yo, this is the future of the Phillies. Okay. When you caught me, because he highlighted me at the game too. So I had my Phillies little shirt on and shit. And he said, what? Jason Bryce, what is this? You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I remember.
I was his rookie game. Okay. He won the Cy Young.
No, he said he was finished third in the
Oh,
Cy
he
Young.
finished side third.
Yeah.
So he's a great pitcher. He's got to work some things out. Something's going on with
But
him.
I think the Cy Young, though, it's.
Now it's
No,
watered
and I-
down, right? Oh, hey, listen,
I'm not saying it's watered down, but it's statistics based.
okay.
So I mean, if you
It's all
go
good.
if you go 19-2, 18-3, whatever it is, that's one thing.
I
But
got you.
it's a lot easier to pitch for a team if you're not pitching in big game situations.
Okay.
And now recently when he's been in situations like where he's got big games, he hasn't come through.
I got
But
you.
it was like, but it's just he's infuriating too because he's got he had the outing the other day, 2 or 3, I think about 3 or 4 starts ago, that he's tied the major league record with 10 straight strikeouts. And it was like, where is this guy on a regular basis?
Yeah, well, listen.
Today is a big game for Aaron Nola, and if he's listening, I'm calling him out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're not in the playoff hunt. I don't think you are.
Well, we are.
Oh, you are?
We are because the National League East is terrible. But
All right. So you're in playoff hunt in July, but okay. Hey, listen, man. It's all good.
listen, it all matters. Like we talked about
It's all
before.
good.
For baseball, it's where are you on September 1st?
Sure, absolutely. It's all good. Listen,
People say August 1st. I say, show me where we're at September 1st.
you asked me a question, and I'm gonna shift gears. You asked me a question. You said, "How was your week?" I said it was okay. But you know what? When did I see my man win the championship?
Wednesday.
They won Wednesday?
Yes,
Okay. That was a great game.
it was awesome.
That's a great game. That's what I'm gonna say. I was just thinking about that.
No, I mean, we didn't really touch on
We didn't
that. I
touch
mean,
on
like,
that
The U.S. lost 83-76.
Wow.
that was not.
Wow.
Evan Fournier had 28.
See, and it's
For
unbelievable.
who was he playing for?
France.
So let me ask you this.
Wow.
Let me ask you something, Coach.
U.S. leading scorer. This is a shame. Drew Holiday
And he just came off the
just
plane.
got there.
What do you have? 16,
18.
18.
Wow.
What did Kevin Durant do?
4 of 12. 1 of 6 from 3. 10 points. 2 rebounds. 1 assist. Fouled out.
That's
What
embarrassing.
about JaVale McGee?
2 points.
Yeah. No, be careful. You can't, he gets upset when you talk about him. You know what I mean? That's terrible.
So what do you think is the issue, Coach? Because like I said, recently in the recent years, and a lot, U.S. has really struggled international play. What do you think is the biggest reason?
Well, I think more than anything, I think the other teams are improving.
Right.
So, I don't want to take anything away from the other countries. I think they're improving. I think the game is becoming more of a global game.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I think those teams are improving. But I also think that we are not putting teams together. We're just putting players together.
That's a great point.
So, their starting lineup, Kevin Durant, Damian Lillard, Zach LaVine, Bam Adebayo, and Draymond, that's not a team. That's just a bunch of dudes you put together. That doesn't fit. And when you have these teams that every off season they're together working and doing things like that, they're gonna close the gap.
So almost like in when you look at college, and sometimes you say, well, how does this mid major beat the top
Right.
teams because they play
And when-
5 guys are playing together instead
Right.
of
And when you look at that mid major, and that's what you know, when March Madness comes, if there's a 10 seed that's starting 5 seniors, I'm picking them.
Right.
Because those guys have been there, done that. It's not new to them. Like they've been doing it. And that's what I kind of like see here, like an international play. So I'm sure in this game, couldn't see it because I didn't pay for it, but Rudy Gobert probably just sat in the middle of the lane because it's a different rules.
Right.
So, you know, the US has to adapt to that and you know.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate too.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. You know, see what happens. But I did want to go back though to what you said about, you know, Giannis winning the championship.
Has Giannis become the face of the NBA?
It's kind of the route I was going was what does it do for his image and, you know, whatnot.
He's still not ahead of LeBron. It's the face of the league.
He's closed some gaps though.
Sure.
I think he's next in line now.
But let's not LeBron just made a movie.
Which was good, by the way.
I haven't seen it.
I thought it was good.
I refuse to see.
Really? Why? Damn.
There's only one Space Jam in my eyes.
I didn't even see
You know what? I don't want to say I refuse. I'm never
see Space Jam.
No.
What?
No.
What? That one. Now here's what
Wasn't interesting.
here's your homework before the next show.
I only watched it because my kids wanted to watch it.
Here's your homework for the next show. So I need you to go back and watch the original
Okay.
and then compare it to the new one.
But I gotta tell you though, my boy Fred made a great point on Twitter the other day when everybody was saying how bad Space Jam was, bad this, bad that. And he goes, guys, this is a kid's movie. It's not for your 35-year-old.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right. No, it's the truth though.
I know.
It's the truth though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought it was a good movie. I was like, why was everybody bashing this? And the kids loved it.
Like I said, you know,
Kids loved it.
listen,
It was clapping and everything in there. I'm like, oh shit.
You went to the theater?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And I'm showing my age here, but I've been going to a certain theater where I've been sitting in the regular movie seats. I said, I don't know. They had the one over there by the Walmart for $6, right? We went over there. They got lounge chairs now.
Mm-hmm.
I was sitting back like this. Now, I did bring my popcorn in. Now, I had like the biggest beer belly. You know what I'm saying? Because I had to hide my dollars to a popcorn bag.
See, that's something telling you
underneath my thing and my soda. I'm not buying no shit from the movie.
Well, thank you. Yeah, no.
But no, I thought it was a good movie though.
Okay.
But I will say, I'm not saying that he's the face yet. But remember, I told you all on this show, I didn't like Giannis. I thought he's overrated. I've ate my words.
Yeah,
I think, yeah, go ahead.
yeah. I mean, he's definitely like that performance he put up in the whole finals was unbelievable, and then in Game 6 was one of the best finals performances ever.
I ate my words.
Yeah, he can play. Like, there's no doubt he can play. I still have him. I guess he's a top 5 player in the league, I would say.
You know, one of the reasons why I say that, you know, has he become the new face of the league is because he's done it the right way,
And
so to speak.
Well, that's what he
So-
said.
so to speak.
I liked where he
So to
said
speak.
that. Though.
I thought that was a shot.
It
It was,
definitely was a
it was
shot.
absolutely a shot.
Oh, okay.
And I
thought
loved
was a
it.
shot.
And I
You know what I'm
love the
saying?
fact that he did that. I love the fact that, again, it's easy to do once you win the championship. But
No, but it's easy. He spoke about how it's easy to join a super team. This and that. Like I thought that shot was not necessarily for LeBron. I thought it was for KD.
I'm sure.
yeah,
Okay.
I don't because
Okay.
because Giannis has even said how much he respects LeBron and everything that he's
Right.
done. So I don't think he's looking to take a shot at him. And also, you know, not that LeBron is still fantastic, but you look at the face of the league right now, and you're saying, you know, he's not taking, like, KD is the one who, you know, he went to Brooklyn, you
Right.
know, and I think that shot went to him
I think that the league
or Kawhi Leonard.
the league will try to make him, if not they're already. I think they're seeing his performance, his marketability.
For sure.
Yeah.
But then also it be the little shit like the Chick-fil-A shit.
Oh,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Or he
you
gives
know,
the shoes away.
or
all that.
you know, all the little, you know, mimicking the free throw. It's the personality
Sure.
is
He
there.
does.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, they're gonna make this dude's gonna be the face of the league.
He does. He's an international superstar. He's got a great story of coming
Story,
up.
right?
You know,
I didn't realize that he was drafted in 13.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know he'd been in the league that long.
So, do you think, and this is where I think it's the face of the league thing probably won't happen? I don't think they can continue winning.
Well, I mean, I guess you're gonna have to look and see what happens with a healthy Brooklyn team. You know, if what the Sixers do.
No, I think they can.
I think, of course, they can. I don't think they will.
Because, but
so let's put it this way: they shouldn't have been there this year.
So you think
they were going to be in the conversation, though?
No, what I'm saying is Brooklyn minus a player and a half still really should have beat them. Kevin Durant throws on the line. That whole team gets blown
That's
up.
true. That's
Right.
true.
Okay.
So now you can say that about a lot of things. My point is, I don't think they continue. And even Giannis said, he goes, "We may not win another one, but we won this one," which is great. And I'm not taking this away from them.
Right.
But I think he's got to be the face of the league. And this is why I don't think Luka can be the face of the league and all that. You have to be in that finals conversation
All the time.
for a long time.
Right.
Yeah. And that kind of even goes back to more local people, you know, with Joel Embiid. Like, you know. So, I mean, it is pretty cool, though, too, that all the brothers have a ring. All the Antetokounmpo brothers have a ring.
That's what I'm saying. It's a great story, and I think, like I said, I think they see the marketability. Like,
For sure.
I didn't even know his personality was like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's fun.
So I'm like, now one of the things that first kind of gave me a dive into his personality was when, you know, he would respond back like saying, "No, it's okay, boom, 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 let's fight." You see him in the huddle, you know, getting on his teammates and stuff like that, or not getting on them, but just like encouraging them.
Yeah.
So that was cool to me. You know what I'm saying? And then he said, you know, we just got to go home and handle our business. So that gave me a little, you know, peek into his personality, because really, I don't really hear him speak. We don't really get Milwaukee shit out here. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you, like, I'm looking at this, I'm like, yo, this dude is all right, man. Because you have him, and he's not even your closer. Because your killer is Middleton.
Yeah,
that's your killer right there. Okay. And then you got a heady, steady point guard. Like they have a good team, yo. They really do. You know what I'm saying? So I think they solidify that bench a little bit more. They might be still in that same conversation. I don't think Brooklyn wins nothing. I don't think they win nothing, because I just don't think KD is that type. I mean, he's not that. Jordan wouldn't let that happen on the USA team.
Oh, I completely agree with that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't even think LeBron lets that happen on that USA team.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like, KD is just not, he's just not built like
I don't
that.
think,
And he showed that when he went to Golden State. Now he's trying to redeem by coming to Brooklyn and trying to win a ring and bring it to the city or whatever. But you still teamed up with, you teamed up with Kyrie. Kyrie, I like Kyrie. I love his game. I mean, I'm always going to be a fan no matter where you go. But at the same time, it's like, he's become highly like emotional or whatever. I've even heard reading some stuff. I've heard that Brooklyn's kind of tired of him a little bit. And I've never been a fan of Harden like that. So I think you try to put those pieces together. It's just not a good thing. And I think I read something in the Post or something like that, or Daily News, maybe it was the Times, that one of them papers, but Steve Nash, like how they was, like they was showing him up, like Kyrie. You know what I'm saying? When you disrespect them, when you say we don't need a coach, we don't need this, we don't. You know what I'm saying? So. I don't see it working for them.
No.
I don't see it working for them.
I don't know. I mean, like I said, I with Giannis and with what he's done on the court, like you said, his off the court stuff, the Chick-fil-A and him bringing the trophy through the drive-through, like you were like, man, this guy's relatable. Like
that's it. That's the word.
And
right
that's
there.
he's relatable. Like he let the one fan touch the trophy.
Relatable. Right.
And he's funny. He's sitting there. He's mixing, and then he was funny. He was like, I want 50, not 49, not 51.
Right, 50. Right, you don't see that kind of personality.
Right.
It caught me by surprise.
Got interesting. He put his drink combination was a half Sprite, half lemonade.
Like ghetto. You got a little hood in him.
It was like, and
a little hood in him.
I love it. And, I loved it. I loved it. Now, just to wrap up the basketball talk, with the thoughts of, and we always thought we always got to put some Sixers talk in there about. Mm-hmm. Do you think At this point, do you think we see a move of Ben Simmons?
No.
Just as at today. Today.
No.
No, I think,
At Wegmans, we've crafted our new.
and this is probably premature, but I think if we were gonna see a move,
You saw it already.
we would have seen. I think there would have been a little bit more smoke.
Okay. I know one of the things the other day I heard, and I wanted to bring this up, was talk of trading for CJ McCollum. It was Ben Simmons and Tyrese Maxey for CJ McCollum.
But Coach, Maxey's untradeable, right?
I mean, that's what you guys tell me. I wouldn't trade Simmons for CJ straight up.
No,
I don't think that's what we need. I don't think that helps us.
No, I didn't like that either.
I've seen things that whatever we're asking for back from the Warriors was too much, so they're out. I know the Kings, we were talking about Buddy Hield and all that. They said they wouldn't start the conversation unless De'Aaron Fox was in it, which I agree with. So I mean, I think I like how the Sixers are not. We're not just giving them away.
Just making a move to make a move.
We're trying to get better here, so we're gonna try. You have to give us something. We're giving you an all-star, which I agree with.
Yeah.
So I mean, but also like, who knows what's actually happened back? This
behind the scenes.
Yeah, nobody. I mean, there could be a trade right now that's in place. Right. It's like, listen, we're not going to announce it until whatever.
Right. So I mean, I don't think anything happens till after the draft anyway. Once people kind of see where they're at, and we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think that. I don't think he goes anywhere. I think he comes back. I think that he works on his game. I think he finally works on his game, and you finally see those improvements.
I hope so.
I think
because I think if he improves his game the way that we need him to improve it, that is the move the Sixers need to make.
But let me ask you a question. I mean, and this is to both of you. It's to everybody. What's made you change in life? Humbling moments.
Yeah.
Regardless of it, I mean, it's never been, and I'm not saying that I don't want to say that, because maybe sometimes you might have said to yourself, "Oh, I need to change that," and then you're motivated by saying, "I need to change that." But usually, it's humbling moments.
Yeah. Humbling moments. Yeah, that's what
So I think that this was a humbling moment for this young kid.
But also sometimes
what is he? 23, 24? Fucking young. Young as shit.
But also sometimes that moment that makes you change is that unexpected shot in the face.
I mean, listen, you can. What did you call that shit? Segura? What do you call that shit? What's that shit you eating? What's that shit that you was eating?
Beef.
Oh, Soprasat.
Soprasat or just fucking beef. It's the same shit. Yeah, humbling moment. Same thing. It's a humbling moment. Shot in the face, whatever you want to say.
I'm just saying. Moment. I just don't know if Simmons changes in Philly. And I don't know even if a move does. But like I said, if the move the Sixers need to get over the top is Simmons to elevate his game to the level we know he can get it to.
I agree. But I also think there's other, and we talked about this a lot, but there's other things that need to occur too. But yes, he needs to step up a little more.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But they also need some other complementary pieces.
They do.
So like just to have like one, I mean, really they had one shooter all year, right? So it's Curry, right? Hawk Mars was inconsistent.
Yeah.
Average at best. Okay. So you need another shooter. You need some other complementary pieces. And then plus you need Simmons. And I don't even know if it's so much the jump shot. I think it's just that active.
It's aggressiveness.
The active intention that I'm going to score. Okay. I need to score. Not just laissez-faire pass and I need to exert my will on the game. Because when he exerts his will on the game, I mean, he's scoring 25. What he had 40 one time?
He did.
42.
He did.
42. Right. So when he's exerting his will, maybe point guard's not his position. You know what I'm saying? But he needs the ball in his hand. Right. So it's so many different things. But if he could work on that he has the mid-range game. But sometimes if you're just running the point, then you're not really thinking as trying to, maybe mid-range or whatever. Point guard typically has to get his shit off on the jump shot. He got to make sure but if he's like a 3, can he do mid-range shit?
Yeah. I mean, I think the problem with, people say moving positions and all that is in transition, he's unstoppable. So you don't want to have in transition you want him to have the ball.
But in transition, can he run the wing? Can he fill the lane? He can still be unstoppable filling the lane, though, right?
But I think what makes him so good is his ability in transition to find guys. That's what makes him. But now, if he's in that same mold, if he's not worried about getting fouled and going to the foul line, and he has that lane instead of kicking to Korkmaz to the three, he's going to the basket, getting fouled, and now he's at the foul line. Now the other team's in the penalty. So it's just a snowball effect of things that need to happen. And I think, and I'm not putting the season on him and his failing, but I think if he is a mid-range jump shooter this season, I think we win the championship. With the roster we have.
Right.
Because I think that eliminates so many holes.
Right.
Because now we need Danny Green to make all these shots and all that. We don't need any of that because Simmons has 25.
He's got 25, right?
So
you close that gap.
Now we don't need Danny Green to get 18. We need Danny Green to get 9.
I got you.
We don't need 27 from Seth Curry. We need freaking 12.
Right, I got you.
So I think that changes everything. And I think the biggest problem with him coming back is not going to be him. It's going to be the fan reaction to him.
Absolutely.
Which is a shame.
Because it is. That's going to be the biggest problem. Because the first moment that he passes up a jumper, the first moment that he doesn't do, that he struggles at the free throw line, I mean, it's going to be game one. It's going to be preseason games. He's going to just hear it. And
I wouldn't even let him play in the preseason. He's back.
He's got to fight through that because he has to know the Philly fans. Philly fans they're gonna be just as mad as you bricking this shit. You know what I'm saying? And missing it.
But
they'll celebrate the fact that you took it.
Right.
But then after, they're like, wait a minute,
after the third,
man, like you can't make this shit. You know
after the third game in a row that you're shooting 1 for 14, you're like, wait a minute.
You know what I'm saying? I think the Philly fan is always going to be the Philly fan. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's just the bottom line.
But guys, there's guys who understand it and can play here. I'll give like an Embiid. He understands it. He can play here.
But Embiid's doing well.
Yeah, but I mean, right.
He hasn't faced this.
But he hasn't. But he also has said, he knows. He said, I know the fans. I know what they're expecting. Right. But let him struggle, like you said, and you might be. That's
what I'm saying. It's a humbling experience.
Yeah, I mean, like for example, think about Tobias when he doesn't come through. People are jumping on.
Best thing that happened to Tobias was Ben Simmons passing that ball because it took all the pressure.
Oh yeah, Tobias is sitting back there like,
nobody even talking about.
No, Tobias is sitting back with a cigar.
Tobias
he had a horrible game too.
Yep,
he did. Yeah.
So I mean, listen. At the end of the day, I think you'll see that there's some interesting pieces out there. I read that. I think that's your boy. I think you liked him, DeMar DeRozan.
I don't like him here.
Oh no, he's going to L.A. I thought I heard.
I don't like him there either. But
okay,
yeah.
Well, yeah. I saw it was him
and Kyle.
And yeah, they were talking about going out there to
Lowry?
LA.
They're like best friends.
Kyle and DeMar. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing that happen. So there's some interesting things. I'm hearing the Russell Westbrook going out there, maybe Chris Paul or whatever. I don't think Chris Paul gets a ring in Phoenix. I think they were this year's version of the bubble Miami Heat. I think they overachieved. You think they're better than them?
I think so. I think they have a good core there. They have a really good core. I mean, I think you got 2 really great young players with Ayton and Booker.
Ayton's all right.
So
Ayton overachieved.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Which is good. I mean, Booker was nowhere to be found. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's nowhere to be found. He's tough though. But he's nowhere to be found in that game. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think that they'll be average at best.
That's the title.
We might have to change the show to average at best instead of let's get it.
That was and that's funny too. I don't know if y'all familiar with it. I think is his name Kevin Samuels or Kelvin Samuels. That's what he had told this chick. You're average at best. Yeah, look him up. He's crazy though. He's crazy.
I will. All right, but with that said, as we usually get into another great show we've had today. Coach, I'm going to swing it over to you for your final thoughts as we wrap up the show today.
I mean, I was interested in checking out this USA basketball replay, but that's not gonna happen. So I guess I'm gonna put my trust in the Phillies today. And,
I like
Aaron,
it.
and Aaron Nola.
Aaron Nola,
There you
baby.
go. Jay, I mean, you're welcome to come on board for today.
So,
Aaron Nola, baby.
You know what?
so
No.
this is a big game. It's a big game. So I'm gonna,
July.
I'm gonna
July 25th.
See, people laugh about it, but there's seasons that the Phillies have lost out by 1 game, 2 games.
What season was this?
It was wasn't last year they finished. I think it was 2 games out of the wild card, and then the year before. I'm just saying people laugh.
I get it.
about
Every game matters. I'm
Right.
not saying that.
But how
Every
do you
game
keep that
matters.
energy up there?
But yeah, if we're having big games, this is like, and people say this is a big series. And I get it. Like, I understand it. But like, if we split the series, like, we're the same place we were at.
No, I know. We were, but
Was it a
I
night game or was it a 1 o'clock game?
1 o'clock game.
Yeah, a big
But-
game come on at 1 o'clock.
But you get one. The 8 o'clock games are a joke anyway anymore.
Oh,
That
but-
Sunday
but-
night baseball.
Yeah, but
It used to be a big deal.
it feels like it's a big game.
No, it does. You're right. You're right. But
So, I mean-
it used to be. But I know it's hard to keep the momentum up, and I understand it.
You're gonna watch
$8.
Am I going to watch it? Yeah, well, absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You're
But
gonna be rooting for Aaron Nola.
I will. I mean, I will. It's just, I don't know. I have faith in Aaron Nola. Coach, any other thoughts?
I'm good.
No.
I'm good.
Jay?
Listen, man, I'm just hoping that I'm gonna watch this draft. I don't know anybody coming out though. That's the thing I realized. I don't know any college players going on. I saw something about this Cade Cunningham or whatever. So I'm gonna watch that.
Oh, the
and
kids
see-
from Oklahoma State?
Oklahoma State.
I'm gonna see that stuff. I'm gonna see, what moves are gonna be made. That's probably why I watch it, to see what moves are gonna be made. But other than that, so low key week. Summer's going quick.
Yeah, it is.
Summer's going quick. School will be here. As a guys' council, we come back a little earlier than everybody else. So, we gotta go back like August, towards the end of August, do the schedules and stuff like that. So it's starting to wind down. But looking forward to this a restful, over this sinus infection week, man. So I'm looking forward to it.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Get back into the rest of Manifest.
No, it's over now. I'm done.
Are you done with it?
I watched
Oh, no.
the whole series.
Ozark. Excuse me. You want to
I'm
start
gonna watch
Ozark?
Ozark.
Yeah, start that.
Ozark.
You'll enjoy that.
Okay.
Well,
I won't start it until after Aaron Nola.
of course
has
not.
an
That is
ace
must see.
type performance.
Must see. Aaron Nola, I'm excited about that. Like I said, I'm interested. The trade deadline comes up July 31st. I'm interested to see what happens with the Phillies if their buyers are
See,
selling.
they still on some bullshit. $25 to go see the Phillies. What kind of shit is that?
Oh, wait, yeah.
I'm looking for $8 tickets, man.
Well, you're not going to get
$8.
$8 anymore. You're not going to get $8.
It better be hot dog day or something today.
Hot dog day is tomorrow night.
Oh,
It actually is. Tomorrow's Dollar Hot Dog Day.
dollar hot dog.
So, listen, how many hot dogs do you think you could eat at the game?
One.
One.
Yeah. Because, what brand of hot dog is that? Hatfield?
I think it's a Hatfield.
Nasty as shit, man.
I mean, it's
I think I could go 2, and then I'd probably like, why did I eat the second?
Right, eat the second one. Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
It's nasty.
I go 2 also. I did the one I went on a sour dog night. I got like I was younger. I got like 3. Let me tell you, I regretted that decision
Oh, yeah.
immensely. Immensely.
And probably right away.
Well, I really struggled. I did a lot of readjusting in the seat, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely, man.
well, with that said, like I said, I want to see what happens with the trade deadline, see what happens, just in general. Like you said, it's kind of a downtime in sports, but it's always a good time too, because you have like the rumors come out. It's always fun to listen to the rumors. But with that said, Aaron Nola needs you to give an ace price performance. Let's give him a clap it up for him. Need you to.
Come on.
All right, well, with that said, for Marcus Bullock, for Jason Bryce, I'm Randy Dutkin. You've been watching Let's Get It. Again, follow us on social media, on our Facebook page, and also on YouTube, the Four Walls Foundation page. And appreciate you guys watching. We'll catch you next time.
Thank you.